everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. Today I'm going to show you the 10 most tear-jerking moments of the Dragon Ball series. This could be both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Now, one thing I highly recommend for the viewers is to watch the series with the Japanese music, not the American music, because it does fit perfectly with every scene in the show, trust me. Also, I will include spoilers in case you haven't seen all the episodes, then I recommend proceeding with caution. But if you don't mind, then and you're curious, well, let's begin. Number 10. Goku meets Grandpa Gohan. As we all know, Grandpa Gohan raised Goku and trained him to be the martial artist we know and love. Then one day Goku stared at the full moon, he became a giant ape and crushed Grandpa Gohan. Goku never knew the truth behind what killed his grandpa, but he was able to see him one last time in a tournament held by Master Roshi's sister, Baba. This was a very sentimental moment because you can really feel how much Goku missed his grandpa. It's very sad, but in a nice way, because throughout the Dragon Ball series we never saw Goku cry, so it was a surprise to see him like this. In fact, I think this is the only time Goku ever cries. A very emotional and heartwarming moment at best. Number 9. Future Goku's Death. In the movie of Trunks' future, the intro shows us Gohan heading towards his home and all the main characters waiting outside of Goku's home with a nervous look. Then after Gohan arrives, he walks in and sees his father dead in bed. Everybody can't believe Goku has died, even Vegeta, and this is how the intro begins. Then, to make matters worse, we're shown the new threat killing off every Z fighter, including Piccolo and Vegeta. All that remains is Gohan and Trunks. If this isn't depressing enough to become a tearjerker, I don't know what is. Number 8. Dende's family. Before we knew who Dende was, we're shown a group of Nameks being threatened by Frieza and his henchmen, and they have to hand over the Dragon Balls or they'll die. We notice two little Namekians for the first time, so we know we don't want anything bad to happen to them. Then a group of strong Namekians arrive to their aid and take out most of the henchmen, but then Dodoria shows off what he can do and easily kills them off. Now the Namekians have no other choice but to hand over the Dragon Balls and give them whatever information they requested. But the bad guys, being the dicks that they are, decide to kill them even if they give them the information they asked for. This part is a tearjerker because they kill off Dende's little brother when they both try to run away. Then they kill off Dende's father in front of him by breaking his neck. That was messed up on their part. I couldn't believe they killed the smaller Namekian. These guys deserve the worst when they did this to Dende's family. It was very sad, but we got off our seats with anticipation when we saw Gohan that couldn't take it anymore and rushed in to the rescue. Number 7. Goku Sacrifice. This was nonetheless a tearjerker because we know Gohan could have easily killed Cell. Yet he decided to toy with him just to give him a taste of his own medicine, which is good and all, giving a little justice here and there, but when you're toying with the threat of the world, you might want to think twice about that and just kill him off once and for all. But this guy got the best of Gohan and it costed Goku's life. Before Goku takes Cell away, he lets everyone know that he's okay with it and it's not Gohan's fault. Which it was, but still. It's very sad to see him go once again. Number 6. Goku leaves Earth. After Goku was given one full day to spend on Earth, he helped his friends take on the new threats and sadly had to go back to the dead world. But when he arrived, he got to meet his new son Goten for the first time, which was heartwarming, but then when Goku had to leave, Goten wanted one last thing, to get a hug from his father before he leaves. You gotta admit this was one of those aww moments with inevitable tears. Very sad, but good to know that Goku didn't forget about Goten. Number 5. Vegeta's Death. Vegeta has died twice, and both times it was an emotional moment because apparently Vegeta opens up when he knows he's about to die. So the death I am talking about is his first, when he was killed off by Frieza. It was a painful experience for him as he had to take multiple hits from Frieza until Goku finally arrives to show up and take him on. But what made this a tearjerker was during Vegeta's last words. He told Goku everything that Frieza had done to their race and that he killed their parents. Vegeta even cries. Of all things, this is most definitely a sad moment and one we will not forget as it was the death of Goku's rival. Number 4. Tien's Death. When the Z Fighters took on Nappa, it was probably the most horrifying experience of their lives to see each one of them die one by one. And Tien had to deal with the toughest experience, losing an arm and then losing his best friend. Man, I felt bad for this guy. Because he tried and tried his best to kill Nappa, but he just wasn't strong enough. The tearjerker here began when he started seeing Chaozu in front of him sad and then having flashbacks about him. So he tries one last time with his most strongest move, using every bit of strength in his body. And what happens? Nothing. Nappa is left with some scratches and most of his armor broken. It was sad to see that his final attack was useless and he dies instantly after seeing that it failed. Number 3. Future Gohan's Death. As we saw in the intro to the movie of Trunks' future, all the Z Fighters except for Gohan and Trunks have died. Now the fate of the world lies with Gohan and Trunks. Gohan can luckily go Super Saiyan and put up a fight against the androids, but he loses every time they team up against him. Trunks hasn't been able to go Super Saiyan and struggles to try and transform, but one day they both take on the androids and Gohan loses an arm. The androids attack again after they both recovered from their last battle, but Gohan doesn't want Trunks risking his life when he still needs to train some more and hopefully become a Super Saiyan, so he goes to fight the androids alone and he sadly gets killed. When Trunks arrived at the location where they fought, he is looking for Gohan and he finds his body face down. This is where it becomes more sad because you can tell that this was his only friend, his mentor, the defender of Earth, and now he's gone. But the crazier part is that because of his death, Trunks is able to go Super Saiyan. And as much as this is a good thing for Trunks, we can't help the fact that we wish Gohan were alive to see him go Super Saiyan. Number 2. Chaozu's Sacrifice. Tien's death was a very emotional one, but what was worse was witnessing Chaozu's death. He grabbed onto Nappa's back and refused to let go even when Nappa crashed into rocks to hurt the little guy. Then seeing how much abuse he takes, he still refuses to let go and then lets Tien know that it was great knowing him, and then says his goodbyes right before self-destructing to try and take out Nappa with him. You're guaranteed to shed some tears when this part comes up. Number 1. Piccolo's Sacrifice. Now we felt really bad for the Z Fighters that kept dying, but the one that made us feel really bad was Piccolo's Sacrifice. We knew Goku was very close and any minute now he was going to arrive to help the Z Fighters out take on Nappa and Vegeta. So when Nappa was about to kill Goku's son, we were not expecting to see Piccolo rush in to take the hit. Again, I must remind you to watch the Japanese version or any version as long as it has the Japanese music in the background, because the American one does not help support the tone of the situation. Like here, the American music doesn't sound like a big deal is occurring, but the Japanese background music makes it feel like the perfect theme to Piccolo's Sacrifice. Then to make you cry even more, Piccolo has some last second flashbacks where he knows that throughout the time he was training Gohan, he cared about him and believed in him. It's hard to see this scene without shedding a tear, and it's number 1 on the list for a reason. That's it for the top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, put a thumbs up. And if there are any other moments in the series that brought you to tears, please let me know in the comments. Open up like Vegeta. Also, post up any comments, funny ones or whatever ones you can think of. I put the best comments up in my videos whenever I see some really good ones. And if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I'll be sure to let you know when I post up more videos. This is Score saying, have an awesome day.